Hello.
Yeah, hi Srinivas.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
These are the topics we discussed during the last class.
Yeah.
So do you have doubt on any of the topic?
No, clear.
So you're able to. The constructor and everything is clear right now.
Yes, yes.
Last class we have seen something about the constructor, right?
Yes.
So as per that understanding, do you know like what is the differences between the constructor and method? Any guesses?
Actually using about the constructor in Google, I saw this.
Mm-hmm.
What they said is constructor is used to initialize the object,
Yes.
but a method just to know the state of the object. I mean, it gives the value. They said something about the method. Mm, but what is the method? I know that just we give set of statements to run the Java program. That the thing we do in method. But the difference I forgot.
Okay, so let me explain.
Mainly, I was focusing on the constructor and
Okay.
those things, parameterized constructors. Just I had a look. That's it.
Okay. So constructor is used to initialize the state of an object.
Yes.
Okay, and method
Okay.
is used to expose the behavior. Means you can write in any logic, especially. It's basically
Yeah, I saw that
constructed
only.
for something. So some initialization part, but apart from that, you can write anything. But it was originally meant for writing an initialization logic specifically for. So as a method, you do not have any restrictions as that. You can by
Uh,
definition itself, it's open, so you can do whatever you want. It's going to
uh,
perform something.
I had a doubt when I read this. Just now you said that method is used to expose the object behavior.
Yes,
Just what I didn't understand at that time, so just want to know
when you
about
say the object behavior means anything you want to perform something on that object. It's just some functionality.
anything. Okay.
Any functionality related to that object. Let's say
Okay.
you have created a method in a particular class. So the
Okay.
method then it can perform, it can access anything, it can do anything on top of that object, right?
Yes.
So generally, so method means you can do anything. There is no specific meaning that method has to do only this. But the
Okay.
constructor has a special meaning that it was meant for initialization. But on top of that, you can do anything. But it was originally meant for so and so.
Yeah, it's meant on mainly for initializing objects.
Yes, exactly.
But method, it can do anything.
You can
Okay.
even remember that even constructor also can do anything. But it was specifically so made is for doing something, but he can do
Okay.
other things also, right?
Okay. Mainly, it is okay. We use that for particular purpose.
Yes,
Constructor.
exactly.
Okay, but method. Okay. So mainly, okay, got it. The
Got it?
method we use to run the Java program, right? I
Yes,
mean, we do write the methods to run that
yes,
program.
yes.
So just I had a doubt. I thought of asking you just, but when you were typing, I thought, okay, I got the chance to ask you. I thought that
Okay, cool.
I did not understand the method at that time. Okay.
Now you're clear? So it's
Uh,
similar. So still
okay.
we have 2 to 3 points. So constructor, as I said yesterday, constructor must not have any return type.
Okay.
So only
Yes.
the class name. So if
Mm.
you want, you can mention the access specifiers. But
Yes.
the method must have the return type. Means either you
Mm.
specify a specific type, or if you do not have anything, you need to use a void.
Void. Yes.
The constructor is invoked automatically.
Yes.
So
When we
when we create an instance or a
yes.
class, it automatically calls the
Con-
constructor. Depends on the parameters you pass, parameterize, otherwise the default. Either it
Mm.
won't invoke automatically.
Mm.
Whereas a method is like choice of yours. Like you have to invoke explicitly on the need basis. Right? When I want to perform something, then I will call my method. Otherwise, my method will be there in my class, but nobody is going to call me, right?
Okay, but I have a doubt about this
Yes.
implicit call and explicit call. I read this terms also there in that when I was googling. In this difference only, constructor is called explicitly. Just now
Constructor
you
is
told.
called implicitly. So it means sort
Yeah,
of.
means
Let me open yesterday's program. So then this is a constructor, right?
yes.
Who is calling these constructors? As in when you create an object, it's
Um,
automatically calling this one, right?
yes.
Means it's automatic. It's implicit, like automatically calling.
Okay, okay,
So let's say I have a method void show. So this is a method. If I am running this method, if I am running this class,
okay.
what happens? Is it going to call that method?
No, without calling that object, that method, how we can?
Yes, that's what explicitly. So on need basis, when you want, you are going to call. So right now, suppose I need, I call with std.
Okay, okay,
So you are
okay.
calling
So
explicitly. When you call,
okay,
then it performs the execution. When you call,
okay.
it goes to
Understood.
this method, it starts execution logic. Whereas in this
Understood.
case, it's not you are calling, it's just you are creating instance. Based on that instance parameter, it is called in the respect to constructor.
Yes.
Okay.
Understood. Understood.
Constructor name must be same as the class name.
Yes.
Whereas a method name can be anything.
Hmm.
There is no restrictions as such.
Yes. Yes.
Now you are clear. The
Yes.
open
Clear.
questions.
No. No.
So it should be clear. Then only like it will be
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
clear with that.
right now, I'm clear.
Okay. This keyword like so we have using this keyword maybe since couple of the
Hmm.
classes. Like sometimes like one even yesterday also I could remember that we have used this, right?
Yeah. While discussing the constructors, you wrote
Yes.
that
This in simple terms refers to the current object.
current object. Okay.
Yes. Okay. There are a lot of features with this keyword. So we call
Hmm.
it as a reference variable.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Reference variable. Okay. So using
Okay.
this keyword, you can use this can to invoke a current class constructor. You can
Okay.
use this to invoke a current class method. You can,
Current class constructor method. Okay.
you can use this for passing an argument.
Okay.
You can also use this keyword to refer to variables.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the some of the uses that let's say you are in same class.
Hmm.
You're in one class. Inside that, on top of that, you have a class variables. Right? Yesterday, if you look at it,
Yeah. Extra day. Okay. In a class, we are having variables.
yes, in a class we have class level variables.
Okay. Before the methods we declared. Okay. As
Yeah.
a. Hmm.
Anywhere, not only before the method, anywhere, but it is not inside any of these methods.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually
Those are
we'll
not
declare
local.
at the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Global.
Usually
Hmm.
we'll declare at the top, but
Hmm.
you can declare anywhere.
Yeah.
So which are specific to class. Assume that
Okay. Got it.
yeah, this is a variable which is having,
Hmm.
and there is a constructor or a method which is having one variable. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So here names are matching, right? Names are
Okay.
both
Class variable and method variable is getting matched.
getting matched. So
Okay.
usually we match it. Okay. So in that
Okay.
case, suppose if I ask you to refer to this variable, or if I ask you to refer to this variable, how do you refer? Both the names are same, right? In the same program, if you have two variables with the same name,
Okay.
some classification should give you that this is the class level variable and this is the local variable which is specific to that method, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, otherwise you cannot make it.
Yeah.
So when I say this dot student number, it refers to the variable which is there in my class.
Okay. Okay.
When I say this, it refers to all this, like any variables or a method as a constructor which is specific to this class.
Okay. When you specify this, it directly goes to the variable related to the class.
Yes, so it can
Yeah.
be like a variable or a constructor or a method which is specific to that particular class.
Okay.
So when you are not giving it this, it refers to the variable which is associated to only that particular method.
Okay.
Got it? So here we have,
Okay. If in case we are not giving this, it directly goes to the just a parameter. I mean, student int student number.
so if you are not giving this
Hmm.
basic interview question,
Hmm.
mostly every week I used to ask some interviews.
Okay.
So
So.
if you're not giving this, so what happens?
Hmm.
Still your program is going to work, but the output is going to give you the wrong value because I have not given this. What happens? So your intention is whatever you pass, that value needs to be stored to here, right? That's what your
Yes.
intention. But here
Hmm.
I have not given this. So I'm
Okay.
assigning left side equal to right side. Means the value which I'm receiving from this variable, the same value I'm storing in this variable.
Okay.
So you're not putting any value inside this. You're just storing a value into the same variable what you receive.
Okay. Come again. Just I had again a confusion.
Yes.
Small.
Yes, please. So
No, just can you explain this once again? This just now you removed this.
yeah,
I mean this keyword from.
yeah. When we remove this, so that means what? Still program is going to work, compile and run, but output is not going to give you as per your expectation. Means
Okay.
why we pass this basically the value here, because when you create an object, we wanted to store this value in these variables, right? So that I can
What?
use in my program.
Okay.
So here,
Okay.
here is said S2 equal to 200 and Harita. That means
Okay.
this S2 is going to have the student number is 200 and the name is just Harita, right?
Yes.
S1 is going to have the student number is 100 and but the name is null, right?
Yes.
So that means like, whatever you are passing, you are taking here and you are assigning to these variables. That's the primary intention of the constructor and your initializing. But in this
Yes.
case, by mistake, I just removed this. Still your program is going to compile and run, but still you're not going to see the value. So let's say
Hmm.
s1 dot I'm going to comment remind things. First I'll add this. I'm passing 100, so obviously I'll see the values and here. Because
Calling constructor. Okay.
now if I remove 100, this, now what is the value you're going to get? You're going to get the value as 0.
Okay.
So
Okay. The
we are
value 100
passing
is going to pass in student number, but
the student number, but this student number is not using this. That means this is going to assign to this variable.
oh, this is going to assign to this. Okay, parameter. Okay.
So
Yes.
you give it
Okay.
something, so whatever the value that you're giving, I'm just once again giving back to you instead of giving to someone else.
Okay. Okay.
So it's still with you. It's not shared to the class.
Okay, still with me. Okay, it is not giving to this integer student number. It is not giving to the class variable.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You are almost
Okay.
there.
Got it. Now I understood.
Yeah. Why we use this one more reason? Usually,
Mm.
let's say here I can have any name.
Mm.
Here I can have any name.
Mm.
Suppose I'll put 12 number. I can put 10 more. If I
Okay.
do like this, now what is the output?
Integer number, student number is. So I don't. Oh, it worked without this, but you change the names.
The reason is
Oh, these are not same.
when two guys are having same name, I have to refer the other guy with this.
Okay.
When you guys are individually two persons, I can call when I call Harita. So only one
Okay.
person is going to listen to my words, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
If both are Haritas, then I have to refer that Harita with the last name, maybe Harita with some name, right?
Okay, yes.
If the two guys have different names, I can call with the unique name. Obviously,
Okay.
those guys listen to us.
Okay, okay, got it.
So ideally, in real time, we are not going to. So this is not the good. Still, program is going to work, but in real time, we will keep the same names in sync because we do not want to have the multiple conflict names, right?
Oh,
I
yes.
will have the same name. I'll use this. But
Okay.
for the same variable, I do not want to have the two names. Okay, ideally it's meaningful, not that much meaningful, right? Student number one, student number two, should
Yes, yes.
have the proper name, student number.
Okay.
So this is to, when I say this, it is referring to these guys, the variables or the constructors, whatever, under specific to this. If I'm not using
Okay.
this, it refers to these variables. That too only when the names are same. If the names are not same,
Okay.
whatever the variable name used, either it can be this one or this one.
Okay. So this refers to current object you said, right?
Yes.
Current object. Okay. But it referring to the current variable here.
So
I mean,
current object in this is the variables inside that object.
okay, variable inside that. Okay, okay.
So when I say student S1,
Hmm.
it refers to S1. S1 is the object here. So inside the
Yes, yes.
S1, these are the two guys.
Okay. Okay, okay. Understood.
So in sync now,
Hmm. Understood.
we'll just do a small example. So this refers to current class object, right? So we can refer to whatever the example that we did, the same thing. So I'll just add the I'm copying my student class.
Okay.
Just instead of typing nothing else.
Hmm.
So here we have seen that this dot, right?
Oh, yes.
Let's say you have a requirement that you suppose this is the case, right? So I can say instead of me doing initialization here, I'll remove. So I'm not going to do this here. I'll say this off. But do not get confused. So what we are going to do is, so earlier I am assigning a value here, right?
Okay.
So when you assign this value to student number, student name is empty, right?
Yes.
So what I am trying to do is, instead of assigning the values individually, we would like to assign at the single level.
Okay.
So I'll take out this guy just over the confusion. So when you call this one, Usually now I'm saying internally I'm calling this and student number null passing means when I say this, it refers to the current class constructor here. So it's going to call this guy now. Even though you are passing, even though pass only 100, only the first one parameter, it comes here. So usually, as of now, what you are doing, you are assigning the value in this one. But now I do not want to provide a assigning an individual constructor. I would like to have everything in the single constructor.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do, I'm calling it the value whatever I'm having internally, I'm passing that to the another constructor which is having two parameters.
Okay. Okay.
So other two
It is down. Okay. The below one. Okay.
Exactly. Below one. So the control is completely here now.
Yeah, but here we are not having the name, so you kept null.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Assuming that there is a scenario that even though if you do not have anything, you're not passing anything, so still you want something to be passed as default, suppose.
Okay.
So you're not, when you create an object as like this, what are the values? When you create an object like this, what are the values? Nothing, right?
Yes.
So assuming that you have a requirement that when you do not want have the values also, if the student is not passing anything, you would like to have some values to be assumed internally. In this case, student number name is not passed. I would like to have something as default.
Yeah.
In this case, he has not passed name, so I would like to have something as default. Okay.
Yeah.
In this case, he has passed. So overall, you're dealing with student number name. If he has given both, then that's fine. If he has given single, assume the other one is something else. So
Yes.
Nothing else. So if you have something as a requirement, so I would like to call this student number 111. Suppose the default value is something. Okay. Got
Okay.
it?
Okay. Okay. But there we are not giving any parameters down in the main, right? For default constructor. But I mean, if we won't give by default, it gives some for numerical values it gives 0, and for string values it gives null, right?
Yes.
So in that case, you are giving the values, so it will print that 111 and RAM.
Exactly.
Okay. Or else it will print its default values.
If you are not giving anything, it print default value.
Okay.
But my requirement is, if you are not giving anything, instead of giving empty, so I would like to have something default values.
Okay.
Yes. If you usually coming up with this one because you do not have any value, I would like to mark the default name as 111 and maybe RAM. So these are the default values. So earlier I am storing student number here, right? But now storing everything is controlled only in this one. Means this dot everything I'm doing only this one. But this guy is calling from other guys. So assigning the variables, you are maintaining at only one constructor, and from the remaining locations you are simply invoking that. So here you haven't passed anything. You call it and some name this one. So immediately it calls this one.
Okay.
You have student number. So I'm just assuming the name as something default. So it's going to come here. So now when I create S1,
Okay.
it comes here. It sees that there is something here, then it comes here.
Okay.
Okay. You can see the output order. So first as it came here. Immediately it found this and is passing two parameters. Means is asking to call a constructor by passing these two parameters. So it has it haven't printed this one first. So as and when it found this one, immediately control came here. It has printed the statement. It has executed the logic, and control came back to the remaining statements.
Oh, but okay. By seeing the parameters, it just went to that method, that constructor. Okay.
And completed that constructor and came back to the origin. This is the location, right? Came back.
Yes. Oh, it did not print the values. Okay.
Did we print the values? No, right? Same question, yesterday's question. If you're not printing, it's not going to print any values, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Print, no, right?
Oh, yes.
So,
We'd not printed, yes.
For you, like, we will write one method.
Yeah, got it. You did not.
See the values, will number. just putting those values. So I might call something like a start show. Now we should be able to see the values, whatever the values through different row, right?
How it gave? Just you made the changes in the show method.
Show method, I just printed the variables and I call
Yeah.
show method here.
Yes. Dot show. Okay. Okay. Student number and name. Okay.
Yeah,
So it took the values from there and okay.
because
Yes.
call this one, immediately it came here. So here we are doing the initializations with the class name, these variables with the variables which I received. So I'm just done.
Yeah.
And remember that basic question. So in interviews, they'll just remove this and they'll ask you the output. Otherwise, some guys they'll put this,
Okay.
they'll put like this as an interviewer. They'll ask you the value. What is the value?
This is one type of initializing. I mean, defining that. I mean, till now we kept this. Okay, it is anything. Okay.
So what is the value here? If I run my show method,
I mean, the student number we are.
zero RAM
Oh, zero RAM.
means if you're not storing the value in your variable, obviously your variable is going to have zero value, right? The same thing you're doing here. See, you are storing this dot student number in this variable. So what you have this dot student number? This dot is by default class level variable. This guy is going to have the zero.
No. This dot student number is this variable, right? Upside class variable.
It's class variable.
Yeah, class variable.
Does
So
it have any value?
no, this student we don't have any value. Just we are passing from the down parameters.
Yeah, here we are supposed to store this value in the this dot variable. But by mistake, developer did the storing of the value from that variable to this one. What happened?
Okay, it won't take any value. So default value, it gives default.
Default value, exactly.
Yeah, okay. They will ask like this also. Okay, got it.
Simple, very basic questions, but these type of things also 6-7 years ago I used to tell wrong answers.
Okay, but these constructors are okay, understandable. I'm able to understand, but these are some a little bit confusing. I think by practice we will get this.
Yes, these are like you're just planning, right? But why? Because I am telling you nowadays I used to ask, and at the same time because it might be useful for your interviewers. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, that's. And I'm noting your interview questions.
That's why I used to tell them.
Yeah. I'm noting everything in a notepad.
These are simple things, and like for me at least, like say 5-6 years guy, like if they're not able to tell these things, then I don't even expect from the like Hibernate Spring. Those are not required at all. If the person is strong in the core, they can learn Hibernate Spring or something new which is coming in future. If he's not strong in the basics, so it cannot be like considered.
Yeah. He can't go to advanced
for
topics.
anyone. Yeah. Thorough with the basics, then for anyone it's easy, right?
Yes. It's true. Yeah.
Now you're clear.
Yeah, I'm clear now.
And one more question. And for any constructor, this should, if you are writing this inside your constructor, it should be the first line.
Okay.
Don't write anything prior to that line.
Okay.
So let's say system.out.println. Usually we know that system.out.println doesn't have any impact. It just print something, right?
Yes.
There's no harm. But even if you try to do that, got the error immediately, right?
Yeah.
What it is saying? Constructor call must be the first statement of the constructor. So when you say this, so you should have the first line should be of your constructor should be this. That means if you want to invoke some other constructor, invoke it at the first line. Otherwise, ignore it.
Okay. But down here, I think you gave system dot for two here system for constructor with 2 parameters.
Mm-hmm.
But
Are you calling any other constructor? No, right? from here, are we calling any other constructor? No.
Okay,
So
okay,
when I
okay.
said
Got
this, I am calling the constructor. When you call someone, so call him first, then come back to me.
Okay, okay, got it. Understood.
Okay.
Okay.
It's also they'll give some. They'll just add this one at the top, and they'll add this one. They'll ask you, is it going to work? So you should tell the compile time error, and if you can remember, you can also give the answer. Compile
Okay.
whatever the error message.
Okay.
Okay. This now we are
Okay.
clear.
Yeah, I'm clear. Oh, so many questions from constructors, right?
Just the basics.
Yeah, these are the basics. They will ask about this keyword and they will reverse that.
So that's what here itself we can mostly take a decision like whether we can consider him for the next level or not.
Okay, okay.
But it once again depends on the interviewer. But for
Okay,
me,
okay.
like, mostly I used to focus on these things, simple things.
Okay.
If you are thorough with this, then I might move with the by just touching the high level topics and the advanced things. If they are
Okay,
strong
okay.
with this.
Mhm.
Okay, super keyword. So
Super.
whatever this is referring to current, right? Super is
Mm.
referred to the parent in simple terms.
Okay,
Immediate.
this refers to current and super refers to parent.
When I have two classes, there is
Mm.
a inheritance relation, right?
Mm.
A and B classes are there. A
Okay.
is a base class, B is a derived class. You know, right? The terms.
Yes, yes, I know
So
the terms.
in B class, when I say this, it refers to B. In B class, when I say super, it refers to A.
Mm.
Got it?
Mm.
Parent and child. When you ask
Yeah.
child, for you, he refers to this. When you ask who is your parent, it refers to super.
Yeah, A, class A. Mm.
Yes. Super is used to refer to your immediate parent class constructor. So parent class instance variable.
Super refers to
Super refers to your immediate parent class constructor.
parent class constructor. Okay, mm. Okay.
That means using super, you can refer to anything which is there in parent class. It can refer
Okay.
to constructor being a method, being a variable. You can refer to variable, method, constructor, anything. So simply, you can refer to everything which is there in the parent class by using the super.
Okay.
Got it?
Understood.
So equal to this, super is also a reference variable, but it refers to a parent class.
Mm.
What is the value I'm going to get here? So I have a class A having 100 and class
It
B
shows
having
speed.
120. Observe that just variable names are same.
Okay, you just created object for B class and
And I'm asking for the what is the speed.
okay, object dot show speed means
It will call
it
this method
method and it will print speed limit.
speed limit. So, but the variable names are same, right? So what is the value? Is it going to give 120 or 100?
As it is
You guys are sitting in the same room now. When I'm calling with the name, so how do you make a separate here?
okay, class B extends class A means it is going to take the speed limit 100.
100.
Yeah, 100. Let's see.
120.
120. Okay.
Okay. By default, when you access any variable inside any class, it refers to current class variables.
Okay.
Whether you use
So
this
it
or not,
is.
it refers to current class. That means even if you try to use this, let's say I'm using this just to show you that.
Mm.
What is the value here?
120.
Okay, yeah. Because without this also same thing. So just you are referring to the current class, right?
Oh,
Now if you want
okay.
to call the parent one, that's where the
Super dot speed limit you said. I mean 100.
this exactly that's what like 120 or 200.
Okay, this means this current object, I mean variable speed limit, and super means it's a
Parent class variables.
base class.
Here I just used the only variables, but when I say super dot, you can call the constructor, a class, a method, or a variable, anything.
Okay.
Suppose I have a method here. Suppose I have, so from here, if you want to call this one, you can call super dot something. So we constructor here. So if I can call with the super.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, if anything we are having the methods or variables in the parent class, we can call it in the child class with super.
Yes.
Super dot.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
By default, you'll be having access. Suppose if I'm not having the variable as this one,
Oh, here you get then 100.
100 for all three, or is there any
Speed
variable?
limit for speed limit 100, but you gave this dot speed limit. I think it shows error. I
Okay.
mean, we don't have any variable.
So did we get any compile time error? No, right?
Yeah, we didn't got any compile time. Just you run, then we'll see what.
So after that, anyway, you'll see 100.
Oh, how it got?
So
But
when
you
we,
are using the keyword this. This refers to current, right?
so B is derived from A, right? So B is going to have also value from A as well.
Okay, okay, that current value. Okay, right.
So,
Correct.
so when I say this, so this time, this the guy.
Okay, we are having the values in B also,
This
the
guy
A
is having a
values.
kid and this guy is having a kid. Then you
Ah,
might
okay.
refer to the like just with the
Mm,
separation of these things.
mm.
It doesn't have, and obviously these his kids are his kids, right?
Okay.
But this dot speed limit and super dot speed limit.
Mm, mm.
So remember that I just called variable name like that. You can invoke constructors and parent class methods.
Okay.
Got it? Any confusion?
Understood. No, no, no confusion.
In case if you are calling the super in the same way, it should be the first line. And
Okay, it
then
should
when you are
be.
calling the constructor, in the
Okay.
previous program, I have showed you this dot, this and the
Yes.
constructors, right?
Yeah, it should be first.
In the same way, super also should be the first line.
Okay, it should be in the first. Okay.
Suppose, let's say, anyway, I'll show that example. Parent default and right.
Mm.
I just added default constructor, environment constructor, nothing else. Child default, child parameter.
Okay.
So in your program, when you call this one, so what happens? When you try to create a B, first it will create A and then it will create a B. Now you can see the message from parent default and then child default.
Parent default, child default. Okay.
So you are creating object B. That means
Yes.
it will come here.
Ah.
Immediately it sees that I am derived from so and so guy. So let me go
Okay.
here. So it will
Okay.
here. It will execute this guy.
Okay.
So it's calling a default constructor of your immediate class, and obviously it's calling the parent constructor of the default, right?
Yes.
Suppose you call with something. Now you are calling a parameter constructor of your class.
Mm.
That means this one. So now what is output here? Child
Speed
parameter.
150.
From B to it is the
For
child parameter, right?
yes.
So from here,
Here
going
also
to call
speed
this one.
but
Is it
here
going to call this one or is it going to call this one?
this one, the single parameter.
Single parameter.
I think
This
so.
is
It
also interview question.
call that only.
It's a single parameter, but still it called this one.
Yeah, parent default, the default parameter. How it?
So you know that you have called, you passed a parameter, so it called B correspondingly. But it has identified that it has derived from so and so class. By default,
Mm.
irrespective of the constructor you call here,
Mm.
well, it will call the default constructor of your parent.
Okay. Okay. It won't see which type of constructor we need to call in the parent class. By default, it will go for the.
Control. By default, it goes to only the default one.
Okay.
So
I mean, it goes to default one or the top constructor which we have declared first.
answer to your question.
Okay.
Just a
By default,
typing
it goes
order.
to the.
Just a typing order doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
behavior matters.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? So whatever is the default constructor,
Mm.
it just invokes the default constructor of that. Okay.
Okay.
How do you make sure to call this one? I know that I'm having a value, so I'm expecting the same value to be passed to my parent. What I have to do here?
Mm.
This time it's going to call parameter constructor of my child and the parameter constructor of my this one. Parent, child parent, right?
Okay. You specifically derived in that one. Okay. Okay. In
I
that.
just redirected. By default, it goes to this guy. So what I did, do not go to that guy. I call super and some value. So immediately super, some value means constructor
Okay.
A with some value. So
So
constructor
when we are
this one.
So when it is going to call B, it goes to the B and the single parameter int speed limit. So directly it goes and checks it is derived from the class A. So directly it goes to the parent class, right? Then how it? But
As and when I enter inside it, so you have given instruction that so invoke my parent class constructor with this parameter.
but before entering, it won't enter, right?
It will
First
enter. It will enter. So it will enter and here, and it identifies that there is a constructor here, then it goes here. But in this case, you are invoking it. That is the case with the default. But here you are redirecting to the there is a default parameter constructor, right? Doesn't
Okay, yes.
whether it calls the default one in the previous case, but here I do not want to go with the default one. I wanted to go for some other path.
Okay, when we are going to call it, first it is going to going inside the loop and checking. Okay.
Yes.
So I thought directly it goes to the parent class
No.
by checking B. Okay.
So immediately it calls the base class constructor of your parameterized one.
Understood.
So this is directly one more interview question, the way of calling of ordering of your constructor. If you reorder these things, what is the way you're going to see the output?
Okay.
So this is one more. So
Okay.
similarity of this. So super should be always the first line.
Okay.
All should be the first line. Compile timer once again, right?
Okay. Srinivas, do you ask the persons to write the whole program and you'll ask the questions?
I don't know why should we write all the program? We'll write outlines.
Okay, just you'll write the outlines or you'll make the person to write the outline?
So we'll just write the outlines. I'll just put a class and some variable name. I'll ask some variable name.
Okay.
Okay. So we're not going to spend that much time to write in detail brackets and all those things. Just a sketch we'll write.
Okay, and then you'll ask the
Being a
question.
developer, he also understands, right? Basically,
Okay.
nobody is going to see what is syntax and all those things.
Oh, yes.
It looks like this is a constructor I'm having. This is the variable. So this is my structure, something like this. I'll forget to, like, I'll ask them to ignore the semicolons and the spaces and all this. This is
Okay.
method. And so what happens in this case? So,
Okay, got it. Just
today
to
I
know
can
that what happens in the interview. That's it.
yes. It depends on the entire person.
Okay.
It varies from
Okay.
person to person, right? So some guys
So,
ask you to write the complete code. Some guys doesn't even look for it.
oh, come on, they will ask.
It depends on that. So do not think in a wrong way. So it depends on the person. So
Okay.
the way like I used to do. So that's where like I'm coming up with a lot of interview questions. So I used to share so that it might be someone at least 5 to 10% might be useful from the interview perspective.
Okay.
So most of the interview questions from today's discussion.
Yeah.
Every point is so this should be the first line. Super should be the first line. This refers
Yeah.
to current and the parent. Super refers to the parent. And the ordering of this one just only come with the practice. Have
Yeah.
this and have the parameterized, and you can have the multiple parameterized, and from there try to invoke the super and this what happens. You can manipulate all those things.
Okay.
Now you are clear.
I'm clear.
Okay. So that's the destructor. So do you know what is destructor? If you are from C or C++ background, you might
Yeah, I have.
might
I
have
heard
heard
that.
this word. Yeah.
Yeah, when we use.
Okay. Java doesn't provide any destructors for any particular class. Instead,
Okay.
it provides a method that acts as a destructor. Basically, why we need to go for destructor is constructor is the name itself is to construct something, right? So when I
Yeah,
say construct,
construct the
to create
values.
something, right? To initialize
Mm.
something. At the same time, we might need something to clean up something. When you do something at the beginning, when
Mm.
you're done with that, so you would like to clean up, right? You would like to close everything, you release everything, right?
Mm. Mm.
That's where the destructor comes into picture. In C++, if you have a little idea, so for each and every class, there we have a corresponding destructor.
Mm.
Means
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
a separate method similar to your, but with the same class name, you need to use small symbol which acts as a destructor. So in the destructor code, you will be writing. Let's say you have opened a database connection in the constructor. Suppose
Mm.
maybe
Mm.
you might have opened a file in your constructor. What you are going
Mm.
to do? You're not going to leave it as this. You are supposed
Okay.
to be a good developer. You are supposed to close everything.
Close it. Yes,
Just close the
yes.
file, close the
Mm.
resources or whatever. You feel that it's with the object everything. Just make sure to close everything and release the resources and make it empty everything. Okay.
Mm.
So
Mm.
the destructor part is you can write anything, but it was originally made for that purpose. Okay.
Okay. Understood. Once we are done using the constructor, just we need to close that. For that purpose, we use destructors.
Yes. So that means constructor is going to done at the beginning. The execution of the destructor logic is going to be completed at the end of your program.
Mm.
Okay. But in
Mm.
Java, unfortunately, there is no dedicated destructor for individual classes.
Okay.
So that means there is no destructor structure specific to your class. So instead, they have provided a method called finalize method. So there is given a standard method across your Java program. You can write something inside that method in case if you wish to do some cleanup code specific to your program.
Clean up. Okay.
Means they
Just,
have
I mean,
not
if you
given.
want to destruct it, just we need to use that method.
Yes, exactly. You need to write the logic inside that one. So that is going to execute as part of your destruction.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
They are
Okay.
not allowing you to create your own. Instead, they have
Mm.
already given you use that method, write your stuff there. It's going to behave as per your expectations.
So what is that method? Final method.
Finalize. I'm going to show you an example anyway.
Okay.
Finalize method. And
Okay.
so the method, the finalize method is invoked automatically. And
Mm.
when the garbage collector collects this object from the memory, though you have coded that method in your Java program,
Mm.
it is not guaranteed that it will execute on the fly as and when you see expect the output. Means let's say you have created two objects. Generally for two objects when you are done with that, two times destructor is going to be called in generally. But
Mm.
here if you write the logic inside this finalize method, it is not guaranteed that it's going to call two times or one time or it might not call because
Mm.
it all depends on your operating system, your memory management based. it's a garbage collector is going to automatically in each and every machine. So there is a garbage collector can be taking care of that all these activities. So as
Okay.
and when it feels some memory shortage, it's going to call that method. Otherwise, it might not call. So when you write a program and when you run your program, it
Okay.
might show you the output or it might not show you the output.
Okay. Okay. When I write a program.
When you write a program, when you write a logic inside your destructor,
Okay.
so the output you might see or you might not see because
No, we might not see that.
there is what I meant to say is it might so it's you are going to just give a instruction to the operating system that I would like to clean up this one. So,
Okay.
so you're just giving a instruction to operating system. There onwards, operating system is going to take care whether should I call. So if there is any shortage in the memory, it might call your method. If it
Okay.
doesn't require, it might not call your method.
Oh.
Okay, it's just
Okay.
a cleanup activity, right? You
Oh
said
yes.
it's
Yes.
a dustbin to throw it away.
Mm,
So whether
mm, mm.
someone is going to take the dustbin or not, it's a secondary case for you.
So even though we write the destructor method, operating system take care of that whether to destroy it or not.
It is going to destroy, but it might not destroy at that moment.
Okay. Okay.
But
If the memory is free, it is not going to destroy at that moment.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Got it.
Got it.
I'll show the program. So I'll copy the class. No, sorry. Just I'll take only single field.
Okay.
So I'm just making program simple.
Okay.
So just a word. Student is already there at previous class. I'm just converted as student one.
Mm. Mm.
There is a variable inside my class, and that variable is being initialized.
Mm.
That's all. Otherwise, I'll take out this part at all. I'm not using separate class altogether. I'll just use this class itself. Okay.
Mm.
So there is a class inside that there is a variable, right?
So directly you give destructor class.
This is a class name.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
class name.
So
This is not
variable.
destructor. This is just a class name.
Okay, okay.
Okay. This destructor test is just a class name we just made. There is a
Okay.
variable and there is a constructor which is assigned in the variable. As of
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
then
Understood.
now this is the method I'm going to.
Finalize. Okay.
So what I wrote, I'm just printing a message, student number, and whatever the number has been removing. As and when it removes from the memory, it might print you this logic. That's the main intention.
Hmm.
Now I'm going to create.
Hmm.
I'm creating 3 student objects, right? The student objects only, right? So after that, we are going to mark them as empty. Means we are done with our task, right?
So you created 3 instances for that
In
class.
between, you might be doing some logic. So, okay, assume that you are doing something else, okay? So we are done with the program, and then we are clearing everything. And here you are going to call system.gc. Means this is nothing but garbage collector.
Collector. Okay.
We are giving instruction that I would like to call a cleanup activity because I am done with nothing.
Okay.
So when you run this program in Eclipse, you might see something different. Comment this guy is unrequired. So 300 is removing, 200 is and 100 is removing, right? So
Okay.
I haven't called the finalize method. So I just called it, given a request to my garbage collector. Garbage collector has invoked this method for each and every instance.
Okay.
3 times it called.
Yes, yes.
So same thing if I go to Eclipse has a smart feature which takes care of all these things. Same program, if I go to command line. Same program I'll copy here. Same I copied, I haven't changed anything. So this is not to confuse you, this is to give you more information.
Okay, okay.
See, I saw same output, right?
Okay.
Same output, right? From Eclipse and this one.
Oh, you did not for compiling, you do write destructor test.java C like that you told, right?
Java C.
Okay, Java C destructor. Okay.
Running.
Yes.
Because the name itself is confusing. Same name.
Yes. Yeah, just I was little. Okay.
Confused. It's just a variable file.
Yeah, variable name. No, just I was searching for Java C. That's why. Okay.
See, I'm running multiple times. You might see the differences. It might call 3, 2, or 1, or it might not call nothing.
Right? So why it is doing like that? It is going to.
Here actually it's behaving. From here, you are just giving a request to operating system. Operating system is going to take care of whether it might require. It's going to call your methods. It might not require. It's not going to call your method. I wanted to show you this difference. But in Eclipse has built-in features. It's going to clean up everything. That's where like you are seeing output every time. But in reality, this is how it happens.
Okay.
Same program, right? I just copied and I'm running. Nothing else I'm doing, right?
Okay. It is not destroying it. I mean, when
it is not destroying at that moment. It will be done offline, maybe.
Okay, got it. Right now, it is not destroying.
Right now, exactly.
But Eclipse won't do like that. It will destroy at that point itself.
Yes, exactly.
Not okay.
Right.
Understood.
Any doubts on these topics? What are we discussed today?
No, clear.
Okay, Hatha, I think we are good for today.
Yeah.
Continue on Monday. So Monday you're planning to attend or you would like to take off? I'm available based on your convenience.
I'm not going anywhere, but okay. Shall I message you on Monday morning like that?
Sure.
Mostly I won't go anywhere, but we don't know. Suddenly friends make some plans. That's
the reason. Like anyway, as of now I'm open. So if something is planned, so no problem. So we'll take off.
Okay.
Based on your message, I'll just.
Okay. If so, so I'm free. I will message you on Monday morning, like that. Okay.
Sure. So if possible, so even I might not log into Skype. In that case, I'll just message me and my email.
Okay. It's better to message on.
LEASD.
Oh, this is your email. Okay.
My personal email ID.
Okay.
So
sure.
You can ping me on Skype. At the same time, just message me on this one. So message means I might check in the mostly I can check in mobile.
Yes.
I have to log in into multiple 3 to 4 Skype accounts. So that I'll do only after logging into system.
Yeah, that's the main problem. Yeah, in mobile I do have the separate Skype account. That's why when you're messaging, I'm not able to know that.
Okay. So I have to log into different Skype accounts like to see that different student messages. So
Uh,
the mail means we can see the same email, right? We can
yeah,
see all together messages.
better I will message you to your email.
Sure, that should be fine. So email is
Yeah.
that should anyway it reaches us, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay then.
Okay. Thank you very
Bye.
much and bye.
Yeah.
Happy
Bye
weekend.
bye. Thank you. You too.